Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. We're really excited to have you guys with us. Today, we're going to touch a little bit on the side of our business that is remodeling and flipping houses and how we kind of approach flipping houses. We do it a little bit differently. We're not actively searching for homes to remodel and flip every day. We treat it on a case-by-case basis on how we can best help and serve our clients. That is where our heart is always at in any part of a transaction. But especially with flipping, there are a lot of very shady people. There's a lot of very shady wholesalers out there and flippers too, and we try to be the opposite of that. So in a lot of opportunities, we'll have someone come to us that's looking to sell and either move into another house or move out of state, as the client is today. And how we're going to walk you guys through kind of how we helped solve her problem and how we were able to serve her. She actually came from Carly, so I'll let her talk about her for a bit.
Yeah, she was one of my clients and somebody that I did a lot of things with dogs and horses with, so I knew her pretty well. She did have some physical limitations that were going to make selling her home a little bit more of a difficult type transaction for her. So we were able to kind of come in and draw up a game plan for her on what was going to work best for her situation.
Yeah, she was looking to move out of state, move back to be closer to her kids, right? Family. And so her house here in Phoenix was older. It needed some maintenance. It needed some other things done to it. But like Carly said, she had some physical limitations that we would not have been able to accommodate any kind of showings at any point. She had some dogs, some cats, some chickens, goats. So things that couldn't just be locked up on a whim and for her to leave the house. We could have done like a day here or a day there to try to schedule some showings, but she really was not interested in making that happen. So what's really left in the cards is to find an investor that would be willing to purchase her house in as-is condition, and close with seeing it, but close and then help her move out afterwards. So quite untraditional in that sense. So what we always try to do when we have these scenarios is we go and we gather investor offers for the client. And then we go through and we run our numbers as well. And we say, what would we be able to buy it for? And then we're able to go back. So we were able to go with her and sit down at a table and discuss what some of the other offers were, and then compare them to what we would be able to offer her to make it a very smooth and easy transaction to be able to close on her home, get the funds that she needed. She found a house out of state that she was already ready to make an offer on. So she needed this to happen immediately, and she needed it to be smooth, and she needed it to be completed. And that's something we always guarantee, that if we make the offer, we're going to see it all the way through. We're going to purchase the house. We're not going to back out in 7 days. So we were able to accommodate about a 21-day showing for her. We were able to give her cash for her house and help her move out and get out of state and solve that problem for her. Again, that's really what we try to do, right?
Yeah, and she really didn't feel comfortable going with other investors' offers, even if they maybe were $1,000 or $2,000 more, because she didn't know them. And we couldn't guarantee that it would be a smooth and successful transaction. So she felt really comfortable with Quinn and I to make that happen and for us to follow through on that. And that really made the difference for her, having us to trust.
And you made a great point. There was, I believe, 1 or 2 offers that were a couple $1,000s more than ours. We had a number that we had to get to, and that was the best we could do at the time. And she was okay taking a little bit less because there's that trust factor. And something that is highly underrated is a trust factor. When you know someone, when you're able to sit there with them at the dining room table and build that relationship with them, at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 and more, they're really kind of willing to take just a tad bit less for that trust. They're probably not going to take $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 less, but as long as you're comparable and competitive, we've had a high level of success with that. being able to come in and solve those problems and getting them just about what they would have got anywhere else.
Yeah. Peace of mind speaks volumes in
Absolutely.
this business, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I love that. So, to kind of wrap up the story, we were able to get her house bought from her. We were able to get her moved out in a timely manner. We were able to close successfully, get the money sent to the other state to the title company so she could close on her house out there successfully. And on the same day, we were able to coordinate those simultaneous closes. And then we were able to come in and fix up her house and clean it up and do some routine maintenance on it and get it to a point where it was sellable. We had a lot of goat crap to clean up throughout the yard, but we were then able to go on and sell that house. And we didn't have any really big remodels on that one. No big hiccups. No funny stories. Our next one, we've got a rather funny story, a mishap of mine on the house that we'll share with you guys so you can laugh at me and with her.
For sure. See you guys later next time.
That's okay. I do it all the time.